Hello everybody, Rezka here from Tactical Scream, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to rush into this boss battle because I kept getting invaded and ganked. So this is going to be the Belfry Gargoyle boss battle in Dark Souls 2. As you can see, I had a little bit of trouble getting in here. Hopefully you'll fare better than me. Now, if you played Dark Souls 1, this fight is going to be horribly familiar to you. It's going to bring back bad memories. This was in fact the first battle in that game that made me rage, because it felt so unfair. This battle isn't much better, to be honest. It starts off with just the one gargoyle on the left. I recommend you run towards him and get as many hits in as you can. We've got a few seconds before he takes off, so make use of them. They take a little bit of extra damage for lightning, which is why you can see I've used gold resin on my sword. It was the best I could do. And the way this fight gets progressively worse is that, as you can see, I'm now facing 2. It will reach its peak of 4, which I assure you is not fun, and it just gets incredibly complicated to stay alive. What you need to do is use your shield very well, which is kind of like the golden rule of Dark Souls. You need to try and keep them all in front of you. If one gets behind you, you are buggered. Keep them all on screen. One thing you have going for you is that because if there's 3 or 4 of them, they can occasionally sort of get tangled in each other and be unable to attack you, so you usually only have 1, maybe 2 trying to stab you at the same time, which isn't too bad. The good news is that this fight, in terms of individual gargoyles, is nowhere near as the original Dark Souls battle. They all have a relatively low amount of health. The difficult part is that you have to fight them all at once. That's why it's hard. If you can actually land a few good hits on one, you'll probably take away half their health in 2 or 3 swings, depending on your weapon and playstyle. I actually performed pretty terribly throughout this battle. I struggled immensely. I managed to do it, but I used pretty much all of my healing items because I just wasn't doing enough damage, and took a little while to learn when I could safely attack. The best opportunity you will get is when they are breathing fire. Not like that when they're in the air, because obviously you can't hit them unless you're a spellcaster or ranged in some capacity, but when they're on the ground, in the exact same move that they did in Dark Souls 1, just like that. When they're on the ground, they will stay still when breathing fire, and for a few seconds afterwards. It gives you the opportunity, if you can actually get to them, if the other gargoyles aren't in the way, to get round the back of them and just attack away, like I'm going to do now as best I can. Well, I've got 1 hit off, that'll do. The spell you see at the moment, the lightning one, that's just to get you away from them. It doesn't home in on you or anything, so just back away and you'll be fine. I noticed I said that a lot in one of my other videos. You will be fine, you will be fine. But in this one you will not be fine unless you are moving around a lot, and take advantage of any openings when you get them. Just don't be too greedy. If you see one low health though, maybe 1 hit away from death, it is worth taking the damage if you can spare the health, just to get them off the field of play, because it will make your life considerably easier. You can see me now trying to focus on that one at the back, just to get rid of him. That's stabbed in the back, but it'll just make life so much easier if it's 3 instead of 4, or 2 instead of 3, etc. You see, I'm only at maybe 60% remaining, which isn't good. This fight actually took me quite a long time, but with enough perseverance you should be able to do it. My weapon is a fire long... no, this is just a basic longsword. I'm not even using a fire enchanted one. So it's a pretty crap weapon, and I do manage to do it. So don't worry about gear. I think I was maybe level 70-ish, something at this point. If you're much lower than that, you will struggle even more than I did, which is not good. But there you go, that's all I really have to say. And here's a good opportunity, finish him off. Well, I didn't actually quite make it that time, but you see what I'm trying to say. I found out that trying to stay near them is a bad idea. Pull them away. Try and get one to run towards you, or let them run off on their own if they try and attack you and miss, and then you can just sprint towards one and get a few hits on him and drain them all down slowly. It will take a while, it will be a very annoying battle most likely, but you should be able to pull it off after a couple of tries, if you keep moving. And that's about it. So I'm going to fast forward now so you can see my victory. And there's the last one gone. Boy did I feel good after that. I used up the majority of my life gems and pretty much all my Estus flasks, so I don't feel bad if you do the same. They are expendable items, But there you go. That's the Belfry Gargoyles. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Good luck!